Hello everyone. How are we doing? It's Monday. Me time Monday, to be precise. How's it going? You guys good? I feel like I haven't spoken to you in ages, but it was only last Wednesday. I painted loads of miniatures over the weekend. All of them Lord of the Rings. And none of them were filmed. Because I had 24 Warriors of Minas Tirith to get through, so I blasted through 18 of those, but I wasn't going to film it. We're going to film the last 6. So 18 Warriors of Minas Tirith, 4 Guards of the Citadel, indeed. Remaining is 6 Warriors of Minas Tirith, 4 Guards of the Fountain Court, 6 Knights, Gandalf the White on foot, Pippin on foot, Hurin and Ingold, and Hurin on horse. Loads of stuff. But we're doing a Minas Tirith video. It's going to be 6 painting videos in one video. So it's going to be like 2 hours long. So that's a feature film for some of you to fall asleep to at night. That will be happening at some point in the near future. But tonight, no Bowman family, sadly not. I don't have a Lake Town army. If someone wants to buy one, I could do it. Hello, Captain Manrings, Thomas, Tattooed Zoologist, Colonel, Alan, Asmodeus, Chris Mercer, Tommy, Stoogie, Pridders, Tim, Keith, Mark, Travis, Lone Monkey Productions. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. Right. It's Warlord Titan. Most of it is here. As you know, we don't have the Ariok Power Claw yet, and it is still out of stock, which is fun. And I'm checking every day. Refreshing it several times throughout the day. And I'm this close to giving up and buying like a second Volcano cannon. But today, I haven't put it into the water yet. It needs its washing. But we can start getting some gates off and things like that. So the choice you have, ladies and gentlemen, is the head, the Apocalypse launchers, or a Volcano cannon. What do you want to see? Because that's what we're going to be doing. We're literally going... I've got a razor saw here and everything. We're gonna be getting some gates off. Might even dry fit it together and get really, really scared about painting it. So yeah, let me know. What do you want to see? Volcano cannon straight off the rip, says Chris. A pole. We could do a pole, I suppose. We could do it now. No, that's a show your support, which I don't need to do. Start poll. What shall we clean? Head, Apocalypse launchers, or Bellicosa Volcano cannon? Apparently that's all I need to do. Get rid of that. Start poll. There we go. Evening all, calling 5:30 evening because it's dark out now. Yes. Yes, it is. Also, good evening to you, Laura. Liam Rylands, hello. Spaceman, The Red Sins, Mr. BJ90, nice. I've just started a Legions Imperialis Titan in the colours of Legio Mordaxis. So hyped for this. Nice. Nice. I've got a bunch of Legions Imperialis Titans I should work on. But no, you guys wanted a big one. You wanted a real one. So that's what we're doing. Hey, Jason. Good evening, Matthias. Yeah. Let's see what the poll's doing. 50% vote for the head. So, I got a little bit mad at Games Workshop. A little bit mad. Because they told me that my Titan was going to be turning up between 2 and 4 p.m. on Saturday. Was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. It's Friday or Saturday. Whenever I posted on Instagram that it was here. They told me it was going to come then. It didn't. It turned up at 9:30. I was still asleep. So I had to rush out of bed to secure the Titan. And then I opened it, and it's the 2 red boxes that the body comes in, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool. Where's the rest of it? The rest of it didn't turn up until yesterday. And part of me was like, have I spent all that money and it's just not going to arrive? Matthias Ryback, thank you very much for becoming a member. You absolute legend. Our first new member of the day. And I'm not 100% sure if that title of members is accurate. I'm going to quickly look that up. That's the one thing I didn't manage to do before we went live. It's not. It's very much not. We actually have this many. Including you, Matthias. But that brings us on to a very good point. And thank you very much, Mark, and thank you very much, ADR Wargaming, Adam, for congratulations on 72,000 subs. Yes, we are 396 away from 72,500, which means we will be on course to hit 75k this year, which was the goal, which is what I really want to do. So if you're not already, please do hit that subscribe button. Do the toe, please. Clean his glorious toenails. Now it's downstairs. I literally don't have. I need to tidy up before I can bring those boxes upstairs, because those boxes are enormous. They're so big. But it brings me on to a great point. If you're not already, do please subscribe to the channel. And if you could, please also leave a like on the stream. That would be a wonderful thing to do, because it's a free way to support the stream. And it means YouTube thinks, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. He's pretty cool. Let's send more people his way. He deserves it. He works really, really, really darn hard. That's what they say. Verbatim. Verbatim? Is that how you say that? Anyway. It will be very, very, very nice of you. And this is the YouTubery bit now. This is where I have to beg you for money. I'm sorry. But if you would like to support the channel a little bit further, you can do so by becoming a member, like Matthias has done today. Or if you're already a member, you can gift some memberships to the channel to bring other people into this wonderful community of ours. And finally, if you want to, you can send a super chat where you can ask a question. You can send an insult. You can give me a compliment. You can tell me about your day. But it sends it on a big colourful postcard that I will definitely see. I see you're doing the classic Titan to 75k pipeline. Well, Paul, this was not on my 2024 bingo card. It was not something that I thought was going to happen. But it is something that apparently is happening. Apparently. But I saw you were doing a good long paint-a-thon over the weekend, Paul is bad at stuff. How did it go? Did you enjoy it? Hey Josh, I'm currently painting a Night Venator, but I'm a little unsure with the colours of the bird. Do you have any recommendations? I do. Let me... What I'd recommend... well, wait. How are you wanting to? Are you wanting to paint it the box art? Because why are there no pictures of this damn thing? Are you joking? Because you could paint it non-box art. But for some reason, there are no pictures of the Night Venator anywhere that I can find. Do that. Well, at least not without going and pulling out an old battle tome. What is going on? That one will do. Box art, yes. Okay, box art. So I think what I would recommend is for the kind of the brightest blue, what you want to do is you want to go for Frostheart, naturally, because Frostheart's absolutely goated. You've got the slightly orangey underbelly. That looks to me like you could probably get away with using something like Magmadroth Flame, highlight it with something quite pale. I would probably recommend something in the region of probably, actually, do you know what, a dry brush maybe of Lugganath Orange might do it, but entirely up to you. You could just go for 2 coats of Gryph-hound Orange and then go for something like Fire Dragon Bright as the orangey bits. For the darker blue, it kind of blends into a purple, so what I would recommend is probably painting the whole blue purple section with Frostheart, then using Luxion purple for the purpley parts, which is kind of the front of the wings, and then a little bit of kind of blend in some Leviathan blue maybe, or Ultramarines blue, whichever one you prefer, for the sort of slightly darker parts would be probably how I would do it. Alan, thank you very much for upgrading your membership, and Mr. BJ90, thank you very much for becoming a member. Legendary scenes. Incredible. Incredible. Love to see it. Alright. You guys want to see the head? Of all things, you want to see the head. Okay. Well, I guess we just do like that. Here it is. Good evening, James. Thanks, that helps a lot. Ah, wonderful. Right. We don't need that. We've got like 4,000 of those now. Let's just get it all out, shall we? I promise you there are instructions. Well, I hope there are instructions. I'm going to be really upset if there aren't. Now, as I said, they haven't been in the drink yet. They haven't had their bath. Which, you know, young ones, if you're out there, always have your bath. And if you go to a Warhammer tournament, older ones also always have a bath. There we go. There's the instructions. Asmodeus, thank you very much for the 10 gifted Warhipster memberships. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but we're 44 away from our goal of 500. Can we get 44 memberships today in the chat? 44 memberships for the Titan. Congrats on the head, Josh. Thanks, Travis. I'm going to end the poll. It's actually not that big. That's... Why? What is that? A weird overlay just appeared. So that is the... Oh, good lord. So that is the roof of said head. And to compare to, say, let's go with... Where's my comparison marine? There he is. That is our space marine. So... That's not a moon, that's a head. Okay. Well, like I said, today we're just doing cleanup because it hasn't been in its bath yet. So I guess we just get on with it, and maybe, just maybe, it will we'll dry fit it together and see what it looks like. You guys will be able to see it, and then I'll stick it all in the drink once I've cleaned it, because Peter said he would help me, but he said he wouldn't help me with that bit. So there's going to be a couple of these sorts of streams where we do clean up on bits of a Warlord Titan. I might do some of it off stream, but probably try and keep as much of it on stream as possible, because this is what you guys wanted. Don't say I don't do anything for you. Let's get... And we probably won't stream the build. Should you wear a mask for filing resin? Probably. Probably should, yeah. But will we? No. For this bit, we should be fine. Titan and chill vids. Yeah, pretty much. Warhipster giving us the head live on stream. That's it. With smaller models, is it better to clean them up while holding the big part on the bottom that is the inject mold part? Yeah, you can do. Usually what I would do is I would go and put it all in the bath. Give it all a good wash, and then I would do this bit, but I haven't had time to do that, so I'm not doing that. I'm just cleaning it up today. I'm going to clean up the head, and maybe we'll do another one if we have time. Right, where's the floor? There's the floor. Right, okay, so this is the floor of it. We should be okay to clip this one, I think. The only thing to watch out for when you're clipping big pieces of resin like that is sometimes those large gates can just go flying off. And it doesn't really matter when it's a tiny little piece because it's not really going to damage anything. But when it's something like that, you know, you don't want it to like put a dent in your wall or anything like that. Who else, out of interest, ordered the Kill Team starter set on the weekend? Because I did. I don't know why. I just did. I was like, oh, I think it'd be rude not to. So I ordered it. And then I thought to myself, what am I gonna, when am I ever going to paint all of that? Well, it's not that much. It's like 14 models, isn't it? Because you don't have to paint the terrain. Terrain is pre-painted, pre-printed MDF terrain, which looks lovely. Okay. I think that is the floor. No, it isn't. There's some schmutz there underneath that. Maybe this is just my Tale of Many Warhipsters project. A Titan Legion. No, it's not. It's not. I'm going to nip that one in the bud right now. You keep mentioning bathing the miniature. I'm a total noob, so can you tell why this step? Yeah, so this is Forge World resin. And the reason you give it a bath is you put it in some water with some soap. And the idea is you want to get all the release agent off. So there's like a... And that's to help the primer and the paint stick to it, basically. You don't need to do that with plastic, but you do with the Forge World resin. Because Forge World resin is kind of gross. So you'll see it like sometimes it'll have this kind of like filmy, shiny texture on it. You can see it kind of there on that one. What you want to do is you want to give it a good wash and then a scrub with a toothbrush, and that way it just kind of it just helps the paint stick to it basically when you prime it. Is it Warlord time already? It is. It is indeed. Too late. You said it now. True, Pritters. I have. It's my bad. Evening, Josh. Hope you're well. I've been following your tutorials for a while now and wanted to give you a little something to say thank you. Sorry it's not more. Hope you have a great evening. Thank you very much, Aidan. Never apologise. $9.99. That's very, very generous of you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right, we're one shim down. Oh no, we're two down. Okay, next up. Left side and right side. That's these bits. That one there. Which will slot in there, allegedly. So I'm guessing the other one goes there, like so. And that is the beginning. Alright, you're done, and you're done. Which pattern head did you get? The only one that was available is the Mars pattern head. Yeah, Mars Alpha pattern Warlord Titan head. Because we're still waiting on the Ariok Power Claw to come back in stock. And if it doesn't in the next week, I might just order another gun. Might just order another Volcano cannon. Because I had a little look at the Volcano cannon, and my god. It is so big. So a Titan's basically walking ships, not like a dreadnought. There isn't a dead gargant inside. No, they are just walking battle engines. Though it's not strictly 100% true. So there are some that might be piloted by a princeps who is in an amniotic tank. There are a couple of instances of that. So there's, in fact, Esha Ani Mohana, the great mother of Legio Solaria, who are my Titan Legion. She was in an amniotic tank. She was fully integrated with her engine. In that respect. Right, what's going on there? Why does that look slightly mashed? Well, that's fun. Okay. Is there still a crew in those cases? Yes. Yeah. So it's the princeps is the person who's in charge of the darn thing. But then you have the Moderati, who are the 2 extra crews. So you can see they've got a little chair just there. So your 2 Moderati will sit here and here, and they'll be responsible for things like this one might be responsible for the Volcano cannon, and that one might be responsible for just kind of maintaining power, for example. Right, this isn't the order of operations in which you're supposed to build this, but I just want to check stuff lines up, you know. Which it kind of seems to. I think this needs to come off, but I can't tell. So that one goes together. So that would mean, yeah, so that little bit of crud just there needs to come off. This is why we dry fit things, people. So that will go there. That will go there. Like that. And then this will go on there. Allegedly. It would be easier if I wasn't holding all the pieces together. Yeah, that lines up, and that should line up as well. Marvelous. Okay. What degree of assembly / sub-assembly will you do for painting this big guy? So we're probably going to go for torso, legs, gun, fist, apocalypse launchers, head, heraldic shields is probably going to be the sub-assembly. Good evening, Mr. Josh. Quick 15-minute cleanup. What will you do for the rest of the stream? 15 minutes? Me? You're having a laugh, aren't you? It's going to take me freaking ages to clean this thing up. If we have time, we'll do another bit. Ugh. Okay, next bit. This is the back bit. Just get rid of that. And that. I'm surprised at how good condition this is. I remember looking at the Warlord Titan, Warlord or the Warhound, and just thinking it looked awful. And Peter did a really good job. Of putting that one together for me. Okay. That should be the back. Clean a second if I have time. God. No, don't make me. Right, that should start giving you the sense of scale of the head. That made me jump. I wanted to see you get mad bicep gains while painting it fully assembled. But see, I can appreciate that, and we could try and paint it fully assembled. However, you wouldn't be able to see any of it. Bearing in mind that the camera only goes so high, and that's just the head. Okay. Right, let's do the faceplates. These are next. I will pull out the volcano cannon. Wait. After we're done with this, I'll get the volcano cannon, and you can have a look at that for the sense of scale. I doubt it will even fit on... Steady on, Josh. I doubt it will even fit on the screen. Okay. Do stop me if seeing me doing this bit is really boring. How on earth does that go together? Oh, like that. Just look at it. It's truly outrageous. Is this a Titan? It is R2. Oh, that just snapped off. That's easy, was it? I swear one day I'm going to make a piece of terrain out of all of these bits of resin that are left over. I've got all of the ones. Pete was very kind and preserved all of the the Warhound Titans ones for me. He's like, here you go. So, okay, cool. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I just have a bag of these gates. I think we could build quite an interesting kind of set of like tank traps or something with it. Okay, right. I make danger sprue goo. Very good. I could do that. I do slightly worry that due to my proximity to GCHQ, they might think I'm manufacturing some sort of bioweapon. Something is blocking that from being a clean fit. So that's a clean fit when I do that. Maybe it's just literally because I'm trying to dry for it in a stupid way. So we do that. And we do that. Something is preventing it from sitting absolutely flush, but I can't work out what it is. It's not going to be this, but we'll get rid of it anyway. Yeah, that feels fine. It's weird. Okay. Yes, it's done it again. So there, it fits flush like that. But it just won't do it. Is that it? It needs to be forced a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. You should call the Titan the Ghosts of Bard's Children. No. I want to like it. Ugh, I can't get it to do it. You saw it happen. It did happen. It's just good to know these things for when it comes to the actual build. That there's going to be a potential pressure issue in terms of getting the damn thing to fit together. And like I said, it probably is because I'm just sort of dry fitting it and I haven't got any kind of like purchase on it whatsoever. Because nothing's like, obviously nothing's stuck together. It's the chairs at the front that I think are causing a bit of wild consternation. Because they go in like that. Let's just leave that piece out for the moment. And then that slides because what it kind of tells you to do is do that and then push it in like that. So we can try doing that with both the walls in. It'd be fun if we could assemble it without assembling it, you know. Like that. Held together with friction. There you go. So we can expect to see all the interiors painted to Warhipster Parade ready then? Absolutely not. There is no point. What clan rat is going inside? None of them. Because I don't want to ruin it. Look at that. That's so big. Okay, little bit of a scale test. Here you go. There's your Space Marine. Wouldn't even fit a Space Marine. Rubbish. It does give you these. I just might keep them for something else. You get a little Princeps standing, which is pretty cool. I don't know where he's supposed to go if you put him in there. I don't think he can. Everything has to be sat down. So we got these cables to do as well. Is that the angle of attack? Yeah, looks like it. Or is that a bit of schmutz in there? Yeah, it is. There's a little bit of a gap there. So that then would go there, like so. Allegedly. Cool. We've got a little bit more to do. Hi, well, still loving the Stormcast videos. The Lord Vigilant on Morgriff, the other box art one. Is it Cygor Brown on the bigger feathers on the wings? Do you know? Yeah, it's probably what I would do. I would probably look at like the Talia Vedra video for a reference on what to do there. Can you pose it to be stepping on Bard's family, please? What, 1 foot raised in the air? See, if I was somebody who liked making bases, I would say yes. But I am somebody who hates making bases and doing basing. And one of the only appealing things about doing this giant thing is that there is no base. I don't want to build a base that I have to paint. For a meme. Let's just let that drop out the back. Hello, Curtis. How you doing? Hello, Robson. But you would know. Yes, I would. And I don't care. The interiors of the Warhound Titan's head are not painted. I don't care. I'm very happy that it's not. First level of supporting your channel, have access to Discord. Does indeed. Any membership gets access to the Discord. I figured we might as well quickly do these as well. Comes in the same box after all. It's weird that they come in the same box, but, you know, it is what it is. Got to make you feel like you're getting some value for your money when you spend £80 or whatever it is on a head. It's alright, darling. It's not just the head. It's the two tilting plates as well. And look, you get 4 men as well. 3 of only which can only go in. One of them would just have to stand somewhere. There we go. Done. That is the head, all cleaned up. I don't know where I'm going to keep these guys. I could get 4 men in. 4, Jeremy? 4 men, Jeremy? Are you planning to compile all your building videos into one mega upload? We will do. I'll do a building video. As of right now, we don't need to put this into a video because it's just literally clipping stuff off. So I'm not filming this right now. But the actual build, when we do build it, I will film that. And I'll just do one big video of it, yeah. Also of the priming process, because there is going to be, like, just to make this even slightly manageable, there is going to have to be a case of some specific priming, I think. Contrast plus Warlord Titan edition coming. Yeah, it'll be a live stream. Have you spoken to Mr. Joe since the AOS weekender? I texted him earlier asking if he was going to be cool and play Space Marine with me tonight, and he said no, he's not going to be cool and play Space Marine with me tonight. Surely you're airbrushing this one, right? No, Sam? Absolutely not. We're going to conquer as much of it as we can with primers. Right. Let me show you guys. For those who've never seen it, this is a volcano cannon. It comes, let me show you. Just so you guys are aware of the scale of this thing. That was the head. This is the volcano cannon. It comes in a double size box, an A4 size box. Looking forward to the painting videos. We're probably going to do this as a 24-hour stream. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to try and find like a Death Guard green equivalent. This thing is so big. A Death Guard green equivalent, and we'll get that on there, and then we'll still use a little bit of like Gut Ripper flesh here and there once we got some things on there, but we'll also find like a Mephiston red equivalent as well. Look at how big that is. Alright, and then that bit will go in there. And then that bit will go on there. This is how big the volcano cannon is. Just for scale, it's as tall as a Warhound Titan. You've seen bigger volcano cannons. Alright, it's not the size that counts. It really is the size that counts. Right. It's a good idea to paint the model at this stage, as attaching the gun cowl and outer shield will obscure areas of the volcano cannon, making the application of paint to those areas considerably more difficult. Yeah, I mean, that right there. Whoa. This is the piece of armor that goes alongside it. There's a little bubble there. Look at how big that is. Outrageous. Might as well get it cleaned up. You guys are being real dirty right now. There are children watching. Not least of all me. Did you have a nice time with Liam, Demogorgon, and anybody else who was there? What did you get up to? Can I see the instructions they sent? You can in a second, rolling kerfuffle. Gorgrunters are bigger. They most certainly are not. Says the man who had a member goal at 469 for the Bants. Yes, I'm well aware. So this is the Mars pattern Warlord Titan Bellicosa Volcano cannon instructions that they send. It's actually not that bad because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. So pretty easy for them to do not a terrible job of making instructions for these ones. There you go. They're proper instructions. It's not like the Warhound Titan where it's like, have fun, bitch. I'm confused. This thing scares me. It really scares me. And literally, we are probably going to do this in a 24-hour stream. And the last two 24-hour streams we've done, the Warhound and the Sylvaneth, I was reasonably confident that I would get them done. This I am not confident at all. And I'm going to have to conquer my fear of failure when we inevitably don't get it done in 24 hours. And it ends up running to like 36 hours. No, that is a rivet. I need you all to, when we're doing it, be really kind to me. There's a really hideous mould line all the way along the inside of this. I see what you're saying. Can you appease my inner child and put a shirt on both sides of that centerpiece? This one? Put a shirt on it? Okay, how do we go about this bit? Let's just move that out of the way for the moment. Put a shield on... Oh. Now here's the thing. I don't know if YouTube would like that. And if the last time I was able to monetize a stream was this one, that would be bad. Okay. No, I'll do it for you very briefly. 1 and 2. There you go. Want me to send a power claw over from the US? They're in stock. No, it's all right, Alan. They will come. It will come in stock. Nope. Hey, we got it. And this one should be able to just do that. There we go. Marvellous. I'm learning something, chat. I need a significantly better razor saw to continue with this endeavour. Peter did send me a recommendation. Maybe I'll just have to buy that one. Let's use a slightly different pair of clippers. What was that? Weird. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating a little lip with the knife to give it some purchase, rather than trying to cut the whole thing off with a knife. There we go. Maybe a bit of a sanding on that. We'll do that. I don't have the proper grits to do that now, but that's not bad. So what's the next bit? That's this bit. Goes in there. Should we clip it off? Should we see? I reckon we can probably get the clippers around that. Maybe not. Yeah, no, not going to happen. Okay, where's my terrible saw? There it is. Edward, thank you very much for the 1 gifted membership. Maybe with just a little bit of persuasion from either side. Yay! Minimum effort. That's the saying, right? Oh. There's a little bit of schmutz again. There we go. Something just fell on the ground. That was the shield. Ah. Okay, so all that just for that. There you go. That's the volcano cannon. Magnets, cough, magnets. Alan, we're not doing it. I'm not magnetizing this thing. Once it is built, it will be built. And then there's another bit here that goes on the back. Oh, this is exhausting. And that goes on the top or the bottom? Ah! Oh, it goes on the top. And then that goes there. It actually doesn't look that big once you start. What am I talking about? This thing is scary. It's really scary, guys. It scares me a lot. I don't know if I've ever felt daunted by a model before. But this thing, it is a daunting task. A Night Castellan is 1/3 of the size. Yeah. So, this is a Warhound Titan. This is a Volcano cannon. So this is just the gun of the Warlord Titan. And as you can see, it is the same length and height as a Warhound Titan. It towers over every other model in that cabinet up there. I mean, that is a Stormdrake Guard at its tallest. So bearing in mind all of those things for scale, for those of you who don't know, I have a really big head. As you can see, this thing and my head are the same size. Here is a Stormreach portal. I'm very glad we didn't get the laser blasters for the shoulders. There are other things you could compare it to. Not live on the internet, I couldn't. Is it bigger than Archaon? Oh, he's out in the shed. No, he's not. He's down there. Do you know, it might be smaller than Archaon. Something something YouTube community guidelines something something. Exactly. We haven't grown the channel to 72,105 subscribers just for me to set fire to it. This is my job. Oh. This thing scares me so much. I'm so anxious about painting this damn thing. I'm going to stop doing that. What a way to go, though. Yeah? Yeah? The Volcano cannon on the Warlord Titan is 5 times the size of my So not only did I emasculate myself, I also destroyed what goodwill I had. Good morning. Which do you prefer to paint, AOS or 40k, and why? AOS, it's all smaller. Because this is... Actually, no, technically, this is 30k. Technically. I'm wondering how many spray can bottles of primer you will need. So my plan is to prime the entirety of the skeleton in black. That'll probably take an entire can on its own. I'll then prime the head. The head we will do fully contrast plus is what we'll do, because it's not actually that hard by the looks of things. So we'll do this fully in grey sear, I reckon. Then when it comes to things like this armor panel, we're probably going to prime the inside of that black and the outside of it red. As for this, we will prime the whole thing in black. And then we will dry brush. We'll dry brush silver onto it. So it kind of takes care of the shading aspect of things by starting from black and then dry brushing up. On something like that. Save for the skeleton. And then for things like the leg plates, the shoulder plates, all of that kind of stuff, I'm probably going to leave them off and prime them in like a Death Guard green equivalent. Because we need to recreate this. But it's going to be much simpler. Rather than painting something like that with Gut Ripper flesh, it's going to be much simpler to prime it in that Death Guard green. And then do the stippling up. Is my thinking. But I think there's 3 primers I'm going to have to use on it. I think we'll use an entire can of black on it. Definitely. Green we won't. Red we won't either. Finally, sub-assembly. Yeah, well, I mean, we did this one in sub-assembly. So this one's the same thing. We did torso, legs, armor, gun and gun. Was what we did. So, yeah. Makes 0 sense to use contrast on it. I know, Dan. But it's what we do around here. So we're going to use contrast on it. And we're going to use a hairy stick. We are not going to airbrush this. The Warlord will need a pet. Chaos Mirth. Well, there was a campaign to get Smaug. So maybe Smaug can be its pet. But right now, I don't need my bank to be any more upset with me spending large amounts of money on Forge World. I need to go back to saving money. You know. Oh, I can't do anymore. I'm too anxious about it. I'm sorry. We could talk for a little while longer, but I know when I'm feeling weird. Or our banks. Exactly. You guys were very generous with this one. So I don't know about anybody else out there who has anxiety moments, but I know I'm feeling wobbly when my wrists start to feel really weak. And what you'll see, if I let go of this, right, is my hand will just start shaking. And as you know, I don't get shaky hands normally. Which means I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Oh. Ugh. Do you have something to take your mind off it? Space Marine. Yeah, I mean, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack the things away that I can pack away, which will help. It'll calm me down. Like I said, the reason this is happening, the reason I'm feeling this way, is because I'm not confident, and I don't like being unconfident online. But the reason I'm sticking around and showing you guys is that I'm also brave. I am capable of it. So, yeah, just... Because I think it cost a lot of money. You guys were incredibly generous. This is your money. And I think if I keep going, I'm going to make a mistake. And I'm going to ruin what is essentially a £2,000 model. So I need to stop before that happens. And come back to it. I'm feeling good though. Ish. We did the head. Can't do any more on the cannon though. It's too much. But I'll be fine. I will be fine, don't worry, I'm okay. It's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. What other weapon did you go for other than the Volcano? So I'm waiting for the Power Claw to come back in stock. That's what we're going to go for. But we've done one part. And we've done the 2 big bits. There's one more big bit of the Volcano cannon to do. But, oh, it's away. That feels better already. Let's talk about some more comfortable things. November is approaching. How about the new Tales season? We can talk about the new Tales season. We can... Well, something just fell off the back of the desk. Hang on. I need to find out what that is. It looked like something vaguely important. I've returned. It was Aragorn. Aragorn was what fell to Earth. Yes, Tales of Many Warhipster. That's next week. Tales of Many Warhipster Season 3. Next bloody week. Can you believe it? It's already here. I found an old hobby knife. The things you find on the ground. So yeah. I don't know what I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do for it yet. I'm still thinking maybe, I kind of thought maybe I will just use it as a chance to do just tons and tons of Stormcast. But because there's a lot of Stormcast I want to get and buy to finish off my Storm hosts. Which, as I can just see, being really, really fun to do across a year, because it would be different every time, basically. Because for the Hammers of Sigmar, it's another unit of Stormstrike Paladors, but also a unit of Prosecutors. So that's two separate videos potentially that we could make for three more Griff recipes, unless that's something people don't really care about. In which case we won't do that. I haven't submitted for Tales. You're all good, Dan. It hasn't kicked off yet. It hasn't kicked off yet, Dan. It kicks off next week. The beginning is next week. The new Skaven Underworld Warband looks nice. Yeah, it does look nice. The Ember Guard stuff. I really like Underworlds. It's very, very fun. And you just get an absolutely beautiful set of models. And maybe that's what we do for Tales. Maybe I just paint a warband every month. Your videos are literally where I go to relax. I'm addicted. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Thank you. How would you tackle an Alpha Legion's paint scheme where the mini is transforming from one livery to another? Use a separation line from a base/layer to limit the flow of contrast paints? That is one way you could do it. The thing I generally tend to do with Alpha Legion is, and I think most people do this, but you start with silver and you put, is it Achillean green over the top? I can't remember what I did in my Alpha Legion video now. To YouTube! Warhipster Alpha Legion. There is one. There is. Shush. So it's Iron Hand Steel and Achillean Green. Yeah, I was right. So I think what you're probably really, depending on what you're kind of doing the transition between, what you're better off doing is painting. So I would, again, don't spray it silver. Spray it something like Grey Seer. And then paint half the mini in the colour you want to transition to. Right? So let's say you want to do a Blood Angel transitioning into an Alpha Legion, that kind of thing. Paint half the mini Blood Angels up to a Warhipster Battle Ready standard. So Baal red, shade it with Blood Angels red onto one mix. And then do all the other details. Then you use the silver, which is going to be the Alpha Legion side of it, to paint in the pattern on the other half of it. Once you've done that, you then paint the Alpha Legion bit up to standard, and then along the line where you have the transition between the two, I would basically just do a highlight of white, just trace it white, and that creates a separation, and then use something like Tesseract Glow over the top of that white, which will happily glow on both the red and on the silver that's been painted over with Achillean green. Does that make sense? That's how I would do it. So are our submittals due by the 6th? No. So kickoff is the 6th. So from the 6th, that is when the submissions open. Will be when it all goes live. So we'll be doing a stream where we're kicking it off with hopefully with both Riches and Adam, if they can be available, and that is going to be on the 6th, which is the next Wednesday. And then in that time, we will basically talk about what they're going to do, what I'm going to do, all this, that, and the other, and run you through a couple of the changes that we've got this year to the format. Nothing drastic, but some pretty cool stuff. What is Tales? Tales is our monthly, so season 3 is upcoming. So Tales is our monthly kind of community project, where it's community led, really. It's a community led project, but basically we use, over the course of a year, 12 episodes, 12 streams. You guys paint miniatures according to a theme, designed to help you finish off a project that you've always wanted to do, or something that you're currently working on but just need some impetus and some motivation. So you paint up your models, you take a picture of it, and you send it to ourselves, and we do a live stream where we look at them and we tell you how great they are. Do we have to build and paint the models in the month, or just paint? No, just paint. Just paint. Will there be a theme for the submissions? There will. There will, yes. So last season, this is one of the format changes, right? Last season, I went for kind of unit types. So the cycle was a 4-month cycle, 3 times over 12 months, where it was character, followed by battle line, followed by AN other thing, like an elite or a fast attack or something, and then a big thing. So the idea is that by the end of it, in the 12 months, you could potentially paint up like a demi company of Space Marines. So month 1, you'd do a captain. Month 2, you would do 10 intercessors. Month 3, you would do a unit of eradicators. And month 4, you would do a Redemptor Dreadnought, as an example. And then, episode 5, you would then do a chaplain. Episode 6, another unit of intercessors, or assault intercessors, or something like that. It's that kind of thing, right? This time, the themes are going to be a lot more forgiving and interesting, and you will get to choose what they are. From a list, don't worry. It's not going to be just a case, so what do you guys want to do? We all want to paint dragons. Okay. But don't worry, there's not going to be any themes that are like, if you're saying, oh, I really want to paint, let's just keep the Space Marines themes going. I'm gonna for Tales this year, I'm gonna paint a Space Marine army. We're not going to be like, and so for this next month's theme, it's Eldar. Do you know what I mean? We're not going to be doing that. Where do we enter our submissions? Insta. So there isn't an Instagram way of doing it. There will be, I think we're going to stick with a format of 3 ways to submit. One will be a Google form, which will be in the description of the stream. One will be sending it to me via email, and the other one will be in the Discord. There will be a specific area. What I need to figure out is if I can set up a channel where you can only, I'm going to see if I can do it now, but where you can only share pictures, because it gets a lot easier if the pictures are just in there but the speech and chatting is in the other area, but I don't know if I can do that. Yes, allows members to upload files or media in this channel. So if I just take off, if I turn off the sends messages and just leave it as send files, that should work. Has it got to be stuff we're working on and or include stuff from when Tails has been on holiday? So there's the thing, Stoogie. Ideally, you would be doing it as we go along. I'm not to know if you were to say, submit an Ionis Cryptborn and say I did this, but you actually did it 6 months ago. I can't know that. If you tell me I painted this a year ago, I will be a little bit like, it's not in the spirit of the project, right? Because otherwise there wouldn't be any impetus to like do the project, as it were. It's open for all, Aiden. That's why. So that's why there's 3 different ways to submit. Anyone can join in. That's how we roll around here. But like if you, so they're all of it's still live on the channel. So if you want to get a feel for how it works, then you can go and watch one of the older live streams. If you just look up Tell 'em Anymore, if you go to, for example, I'll just drop it in. View your channel, and we want playlists, and it should just be. Oh, it's a year-old playlist, actually. Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2. Yeah, there it is. So, there. Copy. So that is the old one. What if we did it while Tails was over for this season? Yeah, you can submit it. Just don't tell me I painted this 2 months ago. I'm not. I can't know. I can't. I do not know what all of you are up to. Yeah, but by all means, I mean, like I said, if you tell me I did this 3 months ago, I did this 2 years ago, then it might not go in the stream because you're just showing off your old work, which is fine, but that's not what Tails is for. This time, I am going to try and be a little bit more of a stickler for some rules. Ten Hag reaction. I was surprised that it happened, but also I'm not shocked. The writing was on the wall. I'm just getting into AOS. Just bought the Skaventide box. There you go. That's all good. Skaventide would actually take you very much through the entirety of Tales, and that's the idea, right? Is like you could, for example, if you just want to paint the Skaventide box alongside other stuff that you're working on, for example. This is just an example. I'm not saying that you do have other stuff that you're working on, but you could just be like, I'm going to paint Skaventide. I mean, that's what Mini Creative did with Indomitus. The submissions were pretty much 99% from Mini Creative were Indomitus, and just painted that alongside Tale of Many Warhipsters. And submitted one a month. Because if you can think of a project that can last a year, it's something to do, right? Which is why I could say, you know, I'm going to do my Stormcast, for example, and I know that for my Stormcast, what I need to do is I need to paint up 3 Stormstrike Paladors, a unit of Prosecutors, 3 more, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more Stormdrake Guard for my Stormwing. I need to do 3 boxes of Reclusians, 4 boxes of Vanguard Paladors, 2 boxes of Vanguard Raptors, a Lord Aquilor, a couple of Storm Covens. So yeah, I could do that throughout the entire year. In my case, it may be a case of I started this months ago, but Tails gave me motivation to finish. Well, there you go. That's fine. You finished it with Tails. Lying through my teeth till Necron's Christmas box is out. Well, theoretically, you won't actually have to wait that long because we're kicking off in November. The Christmas boxes will go on pre-order probably mid-November. I would guess. I'm not sure I updated this. 13. No, I didn't. It was 4. Yeah. So that should say 4, 5, 7. Yeah. Everyone go at their own pace. You don't have to lock in for the whole year. You don't lose out by not participating. You can drop in, you can drop out. It is entirely up to you. And also, like I said, if you want to know more about it, you can watch one of the old one. You'll see that it is only ever the most positive place on the internet. So don't worry about I'm going to put my model up and everyone's going to slate it. Absolutely not. That is banned. That cannot happen. You'll get the ban hammer if anyone's mean. Unless it's about me, in which case it's absolutely fine. Be as horrible about my work as you like. This is my channel, and I'll be punished for it. As I wish. Banhammer is smaller than the Volcano gun. Yeah, it's only the size of my mouse. That's the Banhammer. Well, actually, it's the size of the cursor. So what's that, like a couple of millimeters? But boy, does it come down hard. Nope, that was fine. I can say that. Hello Josh, do you plan to make Stormcast Eternal's endless spells? I need your tutorial. I have them. What I don't have is time. When I have some time, maybe I'll do it as part of Tales. It's possible though. I'm pretty certain I have them. Yeah, no I do. The Deus Arcanum, Everblaze Comet and the Celestial... No, what's it called? The Vortex. Something like that. I do have them. I have them somewhere. I'm not sure where though. My Custodes looks awesome. Army looks awesome because of your tutorials. Not as good as yours, but I played them on Saturday and received compliments, so a big thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, Love Hippo, but I bet they are as good as mine. I would guess. Because you did them. At the end of the day, a painted miniature is a painted miniature. And that's really all we aim for around here. We want to get the miniatures painted, and we want to be proud of them. And if we can paint them, and we're proud of them, then they are good. And that is all that matters. It's the only thing that matters when it comes to this hobby. It's the only thing that matters when you use my videos or you're a part of this community. We are all our own worst critics. You're looking at the worst one right here. I am a terrible critic of my own miniatures. And I just have to remember that we're painting stuff because we love painting stuff. And that is the only thing that matters at the end of the day. What if we're not proud of them? Well, I don't really know what to say to that. On the 6th, will you announce a few of the themes for like the next 4 months so we can plan what to do in advance? What we'll do is, so basically, I don't want to reveal too much at once, but what we'll do is for month 1, that is something we can conceivably do if it doesn't work in month 1, if it makes you uncomfortable. But essentially there's going to be a choice of 2 which you guys will vote on for what the theme is. Okay? If that makes sense. Do you know what? I'll just reveal it now. So, the month 1, the month one that these guys talked about, and which I thought was fun, right? And this will give you an example of what it's going to be like, right? Is month 1 will either be, and this is the choice you'll all have to make, is stuff that goes boom, or go big or go home. Okay? That's the kind of thing we're going to be dealing with, if that makes sense. That's what we're going to work with. Stuff that goes big. Oh, sorry. No, don't worry, Predators. It just makes it's just easier if I tell you this. Stuff that goes boom, or go big or go home. Interpret how you will. Is it a choice where the community votes for the theme, or can we each choose a theme individually? It will be a case of you guys will vote on it. So you can argue that out amongst yourselves. But remember, interpret how you will. What if I choose to go home and do some city guard? Well, there you go, you did it. Like I said, interpret how you will. So, for example, this is what I mean. This is to make things easier, right? Stuff that goes boom. Whoa. Ignore that. Stuff that goes boom. Could be Gandalf. He goes boom. Screen cap. Yeah, and that's just my notes for the upcoming tales. Just secretly, just accidentally revealed all of it. It's not that incriminating, to be honest. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well. Like, big if it's relevant to the faction versus an overall measurement. That's exactly it. Exactly right. It could be big model, could be big personality, could be big role, could be anything. See what I mean? I'm just trying to make it easier this year. Trying to make it easier for people to stay on theme, basically. Is what we're going to be doing. But all will be revealed properly in great vivid detail next week. 40 clan rats is big numbers. It is. It is. That's a lot of models. That makes sense. Only reason I asked was I didn't want to do something that could have been applicable for the next theme, as I want to do stuff specific for Tales. Yeah, exactly. Right. So and the reason why I kind of wanted to move away from battlefield roles was I feel like it got hard to kind of police that a little bit, as it were, and I wasn't really doing any policing whatsoever. So this time there is going to be a bit of policing. However, the themes are much more expansive. So in the example of go big or go home, or stuff that goes boom, if you say we're going to do go big or go home and you're painting Legions Imperialis, a Kratos tank, a Kratos tank is stuff that goes boom and go big or go home in comparison to Legions Imperialis. Do you see what I mean? New Sorcery Rider inbound confirmed. For what propaganda? But I already did 2,000 points of goblins for Old World this year. It's more than 40 clan rats. That's impressive, Max. That's very impressive. Well done. I couldn't do that. My brain would melt. Pritters, thank you very much for the 1 gifted membership. Oh. That was weird. Thank you very much for the 1 gifted membership. That's very kind of you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And it's not your standard, but okay. I'm sure it's better than my standard, Max, because I haven't painted any goblins. So it's already better than what I do. Well, as long as the main entry sticks to the guidelines, are we still able to submit side projects? Well, that's part of the policing that's going to go on this year. But I'll tell you more about that on next Wednesday. Yes, you can. Absolutely. But there are things you will have to bear in mind. But anyway, it is now 20 to 8, which means we've been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we're going to run off now. But thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out with me today. Thank you very much for the super chats and the memberships and the gifted memberships. You guys are legends. So us Chaos Gremlins need to watch out. No. Don't worry. It will make sense when I tell you. Or just go back and you'll see it is written down in the note. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I will see you all very soon. I wanted to do MESBG as a side project. No, you can. You can. You just... Don't worry. You'll see next week what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. You will absolutely be able to do it as a side project. And side projects are allowed. There's just a slight reduction in terms of rules on how much you can submit. It's up to you to figure it out, though. But we'll explain it next week. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. Bye for now. Hello, Frothy Paints. Sorry, we're going now. And I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Bye!